Hey everybody, David Duford here, and the purpose of this video is to give you an overview of our final expense call center operation that I run that's a bit different than my typical recruiting efforts, and the purpose of it really is just to describe how it works, what it is that I'm specifically looking for, and to decide for yourself if you think this might be a good fit, and then what steps to take after you decide that. So first of all, let me kind of explain to you the premise of working in my call center. So in addition to recruiting agents to develop their own business, to buy leads, sell insurance, I also have a final expense call center, a virtual call center, in which I generate the leads for the agents, and the agents don't worry about generating leads, but instead worry about selling insurance. So the setup is a bit different in the sense that your responsibility is to simply make the required calls and make the required production in order to make the sense of the business deal for both mutual parties. So it's a little bit different in the sense, obviously, that you don't purchase leads. Most of the leads that we do are derived from organic lead sources, which include a combination of retargeting on Facebook and other social media platforms from traffic that originated off of several websites that I own that are geared towards senior populations who might be interested in life insurance. So again, the purpose of this is to provide a different kind of lead, what I believe is a superior type of lead that is much more interested in life insurance and based off of our measurements buys a lot more insurance than the average client for a purchase lead does. So what are the pros of this setup? First of all, you have the ability to sell from home, and certainly one of the biggest pros is you don't have to worry about purchasing leads like you would in a normal type of work capacity. However, the drawback to this business model, it may be a drawback, may not be, but I'm kind of trying to be upfront with you, is that in exchange for free leads, you have to have a lower commission. And essentially where your commission levels generally are at are between 60 and 70% of first year commission with a residual, and then for guaranteed issue, somewhere in the 40 to 50% range, depending on which carriers we're looking for. Now, why are the commissions levels that low? Simply put, I take care of the expense you would normally have to worry about doing and generating, and all you have to worry about is selling. So the benefit to you is you're able to make a significant commission without the downside risk of lead expense. That's right for some agents, and it's not right for others, which is, again, why I'm being upfront. Another drawback, potentially, to working and partnering with me on this is that my relationship with my call center folks is a bit different. I expect more from them than my typical recruited agent. Why? Because I'm providing the leads. I expect production from them. And if you don't perform well, you aren't going to work long in the call center. My main metrics, so you understand coming into this, are caring most importantly about your call activity, your upfront activity, making the dials and selling insurance. The dials come first, the policy sales come after. And if you've been in this business long enough, so you know some days if you do the activity, you make lots of sales. Some days you do the activity, you don't. But given enough days of doing the activity, you're going to make more often sales than you otherwise wouldn't. So there's a big expectation to having you do the activity, and if you don't, it's not going to work out, and very quickly we'll cut ties and move on. So that is how this works. You will have to sign a non-disclosure agreement not to share the personal information of how my business works as far as the websites go, how I generate the leads. So that's private information. You will have to sign that in order to begin. Other than that, you're vested 100%. You own the book of business. You get paid directly from the carriers. You'll have access to all the different carriers that we normally have access to agents. You are expected to carry a good number of states. Somewhere between 10 and 15 states is probably a good starting point, although which ones you'll use depends on what's currently being used by other agents. So that is kind of subject to what you have versus what the other agents in the call center currently have. So here's what to do if you like the sound of this thing. First of all, put your name on the list. You should see a list below, and you can add your name to that. I may or may not be recruiting right now for the call center. Likely, if you received an email from me, I am. So throw your name on the list, and as openings become available, as I'm aggressively expanding my lead generation efforts to then pick up additional agents, I will be hiring multiple agents over time. So please put your name your information and a little bit about yourself and why you should be considered for a position below. Again, I'm not sure at the current time of you checking this if I'll be recruiting actively or not, but if I'm interested, I will definitely be following up. If I can do anything else for you, just reach out to me the normal customary ways, and thanks as always for watching. Y'all take care.